Alright, welcome back to today's video. I wanna talk about Raid this time, Raid event, which is basically an event where you have to fight bosses. So in order to earn boss tickets, you need to spend stamina in any mode you want, and if you spend 10 stamina, you get 4 rescue tickets and also 4 normal raid tickets. You have a small chance to obtain another 1 extreme ticket, but it's low chance, not guaranteed like other 2 tickets. Alright, let's go to the raid mode. You can either click the banner right here or check the quest tab. The raid is pretty straightforward. You have the raid challenge and the raid rescue. There's 2 type of raid you can do. Let's actually start with the top one. Right here I don't have a score just now. I will get this later. If you click on the crown icon right here, you see the current leaderboards. The yellow HS one is the high score, so your personal best is recognized here. As you can see, the boss is very easy. That's why there's a lot of rank 1 which kills the boss. Depending on how much damage you do, you get more points. So in order to get a high rank here, you need to fight and if possible kill an extreme boss, which is a pretty tough task. But the reward for this is pretty minimal. I will explain this in a second. If you do well, there is a profile banner like here available. If you get top 1000 in the HS rank, you get your placement listed here in your profile banner for this specific raid event. The RS score is the total raid score, which is the sum of your highest score for one day. So this raid event is going on for 3 days, I think now. That's why this is the highest score, which is obtainable right now. As you can see, only 7 people had the perfect score each day. So why does this matter? Right here, there are the rank rewards. You see, as I mentioned, the top 1000 gets this profile thingy with a number inside. The other ones only get the participation profile badge thingy. And this is the important one, your raid score, the blue one. And normally you would reach like top 5000 if you having a bit of a late game account and you can perform consistently. If you are really into raid and you have the right characters, you can obviously aim top 100 spots easily. Easily, it's easy to say, maybe top 500 easily. But for me, I always was not the raid player, so I just did the bare minimum in order to clear the daily missions, and I placed around this area right here, where I got 300 geckos and 50 character tokens. Raid is actually one of the modes where you can get the feature characters to 6-star without that much trouble, if you perform decently in raid. So that's about the ranking. Your score is listed right here. I didn't do much just yet. I skipped the first 2 days because I was busy, and today I got a 7.3 million score so far, doing my 1 attempt at extreme. And if I would have done the raid another day, it would have summed up for a blue score. Talking about missions earlier, let's check them out. In Raid you have 4 kind of missions. You have the daily missions. The daily missions itself are pretty simple. You need to clear 12 stages. It doesn't matter if it's raid or rescue. You need to ask for help one time. And you need 1.5k score in each. One is for rescue and one is for normal raid. Then you have your raid missions in general. You need to clear a certain amount of stages in order to get those. Usually if you do the dailies all day and the raid lasts for 5 days, I think, that means you should be able to do 60 clears with ease. Maybe it's more even. I think the blue ticket one is the limit. Yeah. Around here. So if it's 4 days, you do 4 times. No, it's more. I think it's actually 5 or 6 days. So you can easily obtain those blue tickets right here and on the other 2 tabs if you do the dailies each day. The points were similar. 1 point tab is for the raid points and 1 is for the rescue points. I think this one is for the raid points because it's a feature character, and the rescue one has a fill character. Let's go back to the raid. Similar to scenario mode, you have your character tokens amount at the bottom, and also this right here shows you the next reward in the missions if you get a higher score. So I talked about the rescuing earlier. So if I go right here, I did an extreme. In order to ask for a rescue, you need to damage the boss but not clear it, and then you can press this button to ask for help. Then this quest will, this mission will appear for the others as a possibility for raid rescue. And it would look like this. At the bottom left you see your current amount of rescue tickets. And you can also refresh to have more options. Usually I like to face very hard missions because they are easily clearable, and I hope I have a team ready. I don't. Yes. If you wait too long, others are able to beat the mission before you can start. Then you get this information box which tells you the boss is already dead. Okay. Say okay. Refresh and try another boss. If you are aiming for the high scores, you should attack the extreme ones. As I said, I'm only interested in the missions, and for those you need to spend 50 rescue tickets for very hard, and if you spend your normal daily stamina, you are able to clear 6 rescue missions with a total of 300 tickets, and the 6 raid missions with a total of 360 tickets because those cost a bit more. So when you are strong enough, you can actually just press auto and let your strong characters kill the boss. It shouldn't be a problem. The very hard boss becomes rather easy at a certain count level. So you should always try to attack bosses and get more than 50% of his HP as damage, because then you get the MVP and extra rewards, and those points are valuable for the missions. So you should always aim for the MVP in both rescue and your own raid missions. And as I mentioned earlier on the raid challenge, you have different kind of bosses. Someone already attacked and helped me, but it wasn't enough, so I need to wait a bit more. I can buy my missions here. Those cost the tickets I mentioned earlier. The max rank for very hard is 10. So if you're like, with a medium progress, you played for quite some while, you should be able to tackle very hard, which is recommended because you get higher rewards than hard, as you can see on the left side. And you, instead of going for 5 tickets, you should get 1 ticket, so you beat the very hard rank 1 boss. Oh, warning! Now you can see the special raid boss. There's a small chance that you face this machine instead of the actual raid boss, which is always the same HP. And some information about the boss. I think there's also the MVP rewards listed. And you get a bit of a higher reward, but it's a bit tougher to beat. Alright. And instead, I killed myself, so I got MVP and bonus reward. Someone cleared a boss for me, which is pretty good. Now I can claim those rewards as well. If I would have killed the featured boss character, I would be able to select a second rank and so on. That's why you need to beat the very hard stage 10 times in order to unlock the max rank 10. And then you will fight the max rank multiple times until you finish all your dailies. So, since I won't cover raid teams in general in another video because my raid teams pretty much suck, I will give you a general idea on how to approach raid teams. So, as you saw earlier, my blue team has a physical frontline and a mental backline. The main idea behind this is I have my frontline, and those won't use their ultimate. They are just there to deal a fixed amount of damage. Usually you want to optimize your damage because you only have 8 turns and the boss isn't strong enough usually to kill all of your characters. So you should maximize your frontline order that they do the most amount of damage they can do over 3 or 4 turns. Then some of them should die, so your backline gets swapped in, and then with your backline you want to unleash the big ultimate. So your strongest ultimate character should be in the backline. The frontline is just there to ship the enemy HP, weaken him a bit, and for you to collect some special bar progress for the ultimate. And then after like turn 6 or 7, when your backline is fully out, you unleash your combo and nuke him as hard as you can. That's pretty much the general idea on how to approach it. Usually you want buffing characters with which have multiple amounts of triggering. Like for example, if you use Bell, Granel, which has a pretty small cooldown on his skill. And not pair him, but use on another character you use Cherry one, which triggers 5 times. It's a pretty good combo because you can trigger them very often and you get a mental buff very often. Just for a general idea how you can optimize this. So that's basically the most important points about raid. Yeah, on the left there is follow information. This is the only use so far, one of the only used so far for your friend list. If you have a friend list, and people followed you, their rescue request will appear with a special mark in the raid rescue list, so you can see who's asking for help, and you should be able to help them. There's also another icon for a guildmate, so keep an eye out for those as well. Alright, that's the important stuff about raids. I hope I could help you with some stuff, and I see you in the next video.